I'm doing a little series this summer on some of the topics that I get asked the most about when it comes to changing your relationship with food. And so I've picked a bunch of great topics. I'm really excited for the next few weeks. I'm going to be sharing one a week and really diving deep into, like I say, some of the questions that I get asked the most from people when they find out that what I do is help people change their relationship with food and help them be more consistent and stay on track with healthy eating. So today we're going to talk about a question that I got just the other day, what I thought was so good. And I knew right away I would resonate with a lot of people and be helpful for a lot of people. And that was, Sarah, how do I get back on track quickly when I have fallen off the wagon? And not only is this a fantastic question, but I feel like it's especially timely right now. I'm recording this in the summer, and this is a time when very often we are out of our regular routine. We're maybe partaking in more social events than we normally are. We're exposed to a lot of other, treats, beverages, lots of, again, socializing, travel, vacation, all of these things. And with that comes a lot of fun, but also potentially comes a lot of temptation, a lot of, finding ourselves off the wagon, shall we say, making not great choices, right? Out of our healthier habits, healthier routines, and sometimes sort of beating ourselves up for the choices that we're making. So I thought this was a great question. And if this is your first time catching one of my broadcasts, my name is Sarah Best. I am a nutritionist, but more importantly, I am a consistency coach, right? My focus is not so much on telling you what to eat and what not to eat and making meal plans, because I feel like typically my clients and the people who come to me know a lot about nutrition. Sometimes they know more about nutrition and what they should be eating than the average person, simply because they have done every program, every plan. They've tried it all, from keto to paleo to vegetarian to vegan to low carb, high carb, low fat, high fat, all of it, right? We've all done it. So there's no shortage of information about what to be eating. I know it can be confusing, but that's not typically, in my experience, the key problem that is really keeping people stuck. What's really keeping people stuck is what's going on up here, right? The old habits, the old patterns, the emotional eating when we're stressed, doing really well all day and then falling off track at night in the evening, eating, making not great choices in social situations. So that's really the focus of my practice. I joke that I'm the nutritionist that never talks about food, because my focus is not on telling you what to eat and not eat. I think you already know that for the most part. My focus is helping you do it, and do it consistently, and do it consistently in a way that doesn't feel like a constant battle, like it's this constant tug of war, like you're fighting yourself, right? You feel me? I know how you feel. That used to be me for years. So what I teach now is a totally different process, a way of really reprogramming and rewiring what's going on up here, so that you feel more attracted, more naturally, more automatically to the healthier choices. So that brings me back to this great question that I want to chat with you about today, which is, Sarah, how do I get back on track when I have fallen off the wagon, and how do I do it quickly? So what I want to share with you is a little acronym that I use around this. This is what I keep in my own head, what I share with my clients, and what I want to share with you today. And that acronym is PREP, P-R-E-P. And that's, if nothing else, I want you to leave this video remembering PREP, okay? P-R-E-P. When you fall off the wagon, you go to the barbecue, you go to the birthday party, you go on vacation, you go to the cottage, you go to the lake, and you lose your mind, right? You eat all the things and you drink all the things. And then you come home and you think, oh my God, how am I going to right this ship? How am I going to get back on track? I want you to think PREP, okay? PREP. I'm going to walk you through this. So it's 4 steps, right? P-R-E-P. The first is P, pause. Okay, so we get all caught up in wherever we were, what we were doing, the choices that we made. We get all up in our heads. I want you to pause. I want you to stop. I want you to breathe. Okay? That's the first step. You have to take back control, right? We have to get back into the driver's seat. And the way we do that is by pausing. Okay, so just take a minute. right? Whenever you catch yourself, whether it's when you're back home or during or in the evening after a big party or something, I want you to pause and I want you to breathe and just bring yourself into the moment, okay? Mindfulness, presence, pause, and breathe. That's P. R is in our little acronym of PrEP. R is for replace judgment with curiosity. Now, anybody who knows me, anyone who's done my programs, you will be not surprised by this, right? This is like my mantra. People always joke that I'm going to get t-shirts made with this on it, and I might, because it's a very important mantra. Replace judgment with curiosity. Way too often we go straight into judgment when this happens, right? Why did I do this? Why am I so weak? Why can't I have any willpower? I'm never going to lose the weight. I'm never going to get this under control. Why can't I stop doing it? Like just piling on, right? Just saying horrible things to ourselves, beating ourselves up, judging. And that is not helpful. I won't go into all the sort of psychological, neurological reasons why that's not helpful. And there are many. But suffice to say, we know that this doesn't work, right? You've been judging yourself. You've been beating yourself up for years, for decades. Where has it got you, right? It's not working. A much more effective place to put your energy and your focus is in curiosity, all right? So I want you to, the R in PrEP is to replace judgment with curiosity. Instead of the judgment, I want you to move into curiosity. Why did I do that? And the answer to that is not that you are weak and pathetic and addicted to carbs, right? Why did I do that? Why did I make that choice? Was I just caught up in the social situation? Was I having fun and I thought that the food would I'm already having a good time, eating this stuff will make it even more fun, right? Where was I trying to augment a great experience with food? Was there pressure, right? Sometimes there's pressure from friends, family, like, somebody brought something, you feel like you should eat it, or, whatever. Sometimes there's pressure from the people around us to eat. Was I feeling tired or kind of sad or kind of out of place or uncomfortable? And the food was a little bit of a security blanket, right? Like, don't know what the answer to that question is. Only you can know that, but be curious, right? Judgment is not helpful at all. All judgment does is just send us further down the rabbit hole of feeling horrible and then using food as a way to make ourselves feel better. Curiosity, on the other hand, is where all your power is going to come from. Curiosity is where you are going to collect data, where you're going to notice patterns, where you're going to notice themes that you tend to repeat in why you eat. The only way you're going to learn that, see those, is by being curious. Okay. So I want you to replace judgment with curiosity. And again, there's no right or wrong answers when you're asking the questions. The important thing is just to ask the questions, to move out of judgment and into, fascinating. I want to eat better. I know that I have goals, and I know that eating in a certain way and avoiding other foods is what's going to bring me closer to those goals. And yet I still ate all the potato chips and drank all the margaritas, right? So fascinating, curious. Why did I do that? Right? And again, the answer to that is not you're pathetic and have no willpower and are too weak, right? That's just judgment. That's judgment disguised as curiosity. What I want here is real, true, authentic curiosity. Like, interesting, fascinating. I did that. Wonder why? Why did I do that? Right? And see if you can collect some data. Okay. So we're going to pause. We're going to replace judgment with curiosity. Then we're going to go to E in our PrEP. And E is a little bit of this, I talk a lot about psychology, food psychology, neuroscience, and E is really drawing on that. E is where you're going to excite your brain into welcoming healthier choices again by reminding yourself of your big why, your big vision, right? Why do you want to eat better? Why do you want to lose the weight or improve your health or have more energy? And in my programs, in my Change Your Brain, Change Your Body program and other programs that I do, I talk a lot about the power of visualization and creating a real vision for the life you're trying to create for yourself. So I won't go into all of that here, but I'm hoping that you already know a little bit about your why, right? Why do you want to do this? Why do you want to lose the weight? Why do you want to be healthy? Why do you want to live longer? What would that mean for you? What would you be able to do that you can't currently do? What would you feel more comfortable doing? Who might you inspire? How would you feel if you reach that goal? These are the questions we ask when we're coming up with our why. And part of getting back on track is reminding your brain about that why, okay? Because if you're just trying to go from, oh, I shouldn't do this, I shouldn't have done that, I shouldn't have eaten those things, I should do better, I should, your brain is not wired for shoulds. Your brain is wired for reward. Your brain is a reward-seeking machine, okay? Again, I won't go into all the neuroscience behind it. You can learn that in all of my programs if you're interested, but just accept that your brain is a reward-seeking machine. So we need to give it reward. You can't beat it into submission. You can't should it into making the choices you want it to make. There needs to be a payoff, a reward. And the best way to do that is to excite your brain by reminding it of your why. Okay, so when you're pausing and you've replaced the judgment with curiosity, I want you to take a few minutes and just step back and remind yourself, why do I want this? Why do I want to be healthier, live longer, be free of disease, lose the weight? What am I going to get from that? What's the reward? This is how you excite your brain and get it on the same page, right? Get it excited about getting back on track. We need that because you're not going to be able to fight your brain. We know that doesn't work, right? Okay, so we've paused, we've replaced judgment with curiosity, and we've excited our brains about the new healthy choices we want to make by reminding ourselves of our why. Which brings us to our final P, which is plan. And what I want to say here is I just want you to think about planning the very next choice you're going to make in regards to food. Okay, so you're not planning the rest of the week. You're not planning the rest of your life. You're maybe not even planning the rest of the day. I just want you to plan what's the next best choice I can make. Sometimes we get overwhelmed by thinking, oh gosh, I have to get back on track. I have to clean out the cupboards and, just drink green juice and no more sugar and, no more caffeine and no more alcohol. And that starts to feel overwhelming. And as I just said, your brain is wired for reward, and anything that feels like pain, like punishment for your brain, it's going to resist. And so this is often what happens when people try to go too far, too fast. Okay. So I want you to plan, but I want you to just plan your very next step. So what is the next meal or snack that's on the horizon from where you are as you've paused and you're doing this exercise? And what will you do there? What will you do there just in that one next step to make a healthier choice for yourself, to fuel and nourish your body in a really beautiful, loving way, right? That will bring you closer to your goals. So we're planning, but we're just planning the very next step. I don't want you to think about the rest of the day, the rest of the week, the rest of the month, the wedding that's 6 weeks away, the long weekend that's coming up. We're not thinking about that right now. We're just thinking about the very next step, and we're just planning that. Okay? So prep. All right? I want you to think, just to recap. Prep. Pause. Replace judgment with curiosity. Excite your brain by reminding it about your big why. And then plan just the very next step and what you will do in that very next meal or snack. That's all. To really fuel and nourish your body and bring yourself closer to that big why that you have for yourself. Okay? So I hope this was helpful. I really want you to think next time, because you know what's going to happen, especially in the summer, when you get a little off track, I want you to think prep. Sarah said prep, right? And I want you to remember those 4 steps, okay? I want you to let me know how it goes. I always like to hear how you guys are using these tools and how they're working for you. And good luck. I hope it's helpful. Talk to you soon. Bye.